Hi, my dear students. Good morning to you all. Welcome to science class. Today, we are going to study the new concept in the branch of physics, that is motion. Dear students, as you know already, you might have studied already in the previous classes about the motion. Once we recall those basics points one by one, right? So mainly in our surroundings we have to see many more things are there. So many more, there are countless things are there in our surroundings, right? Some are in motion, some are in or at rest. It means the some objects are moving and some objects are not moving because they are at rest, right? So the objects are moving, the birds are flying in the sky, the children playing in the ground, the planets are revolve around the sun, atoms and molecules are also motion, the blood is flowing in the human body. Okay, so these are all the phenomenon of the motion. So what is motion, what are its application, and how it is useful in our daily life? First I will clarify the two important points to you, my dear students. First one is the motion and the rest, right? What is motion? When the object is changes its position, when the object is changes its position with respect to time, with respect to time is called as motion. Or we also define this is motion is a continuous displacement of an object in unit time is called as a motion. In a simple way you have to say, when the body is moving, when the body is changes its position, we have to say the body is in motion. When the object do not changes its position, we have to say the body is not moving. So when the body is not moving, we have to say the body is at rest. So motion and rest, so it's a continuous displacement of an object in unit time. It is do not change the position. So now, but the motion and the rest both have some relation, so we have to call they are relative terms. So dear students, how they are relative terms? How they are the relative terms? uh, for example, you just imagine you are sitting in a bus near the window side. So just you are observing the outside through the window. So the trees, buildings, temple, whatever the object, they are running back. They are running back. So do you guess really they are running back? No. Dear students, actually we are moving forward. Actually we are moving forward. They are not moving because they are at rest. Because they are at rest. So by this example we conclude that the rest and motion both have a relation. So we call it is the motion and rest both are the relative terms. Clear, my dear students? Okay. Now I'll come to the point motion. Some objects are moving in a straight line. Some objects are moving in a circular path. Some objects are moving in a circular path, as well as some objects move in a curved lines. So the motion is not takes place only in the same way. So the motion has some different to move objects from one position to the another position. So this is some important points about the motion. Dear students, as you know already, some basic points of motion, that is distance, displacement, distance traveled, and one more is the linear motion, rectilinear motion and circular motion. Only I have to say the distance, the actual length or the actual path is called as distance. The shortest distance between initial point and the final point is called as displacement. And the object covered, traveled the distance or traveled the particular length, it is called as a distance traveled. So distance, displacement and distance traveled. So all these three factors are measured by a unit, that is called as meter. So meter is the SI unit of the distance, displacement and distance traveled. SI means standard international. Okay, my dear students. Now, one more new concept I am going to say now, describing motion. How do you describe the motion? Do you know? Let's discuss. Here, to describe the location or position of the object, to describe the location or position of the object, we need one specific point, or we need one reference point, specifying a reference point. So we could choose always a reference point in many situations or according to our convenience. So we have to describe the exact position or the location of the object. We need a specific reference point is called as origin. For example, in a village there is one school. How do you ask where is the school? So if someone is asking where is school, your answer should be along with one reference point. So actually the school is near the bank. The school is near the bank. So here in this example, the bank is the reference point for a school. So in this way, we have to represent or describe the motion in our day-to-day life.